Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It is June 27th. Looks like we're going to turn things around a little bit in the weather department. I thought it was cold over the weekend. I know it was just in the 70s, but sounds like we're going to see the 80s again today. And we're also going to see some more sunshine. If you've peeked out the window already, you know we're already enjoying some nice sunshine. I'm Lisa Budeau. Thank you for joining us for this Facebook Live. Maybe you're listening a little bit later in the day to the podcast or on YouTube. We appreciate any way that you are tuning in. A couple of things I want to say and talk about right off the top. We do have some breaking news I want to get to, but if you're going to be heading to Downtown Fargo, this is something that went into place, I think, on Friday, really. We had the stormy weather into the weekend. In fact, Lydia was talking about 6 tornadoes. She just got information on 6 tornadoes that were confirmed from the National Weather Service from over the weekend, from Friday, and she's been detailing those. So be sure to join us throughout the day. Our WDAY Storm Tracker team has some very interesting new information. You know what those tornadoes were rated, how long they were on the ground, and all of the different areas, because we're talking about 6 different tornadoes. And what I wanted to update, if you are going to be driving or spending any time in downtown Fargo today, maybe you haven't left yet for the day, some parts of downtown Fargo still blocked off. The Radisson Hotel had a few panels hanging off of the side of it. Wind did some damage, and so the city of Fargo actually closed off an area. 5th Street North between 2nd and 3rd Avenue North also closed the U.S. Bank parking ramp until the area is safe again. So we're not sure exactly what time those things will open up, but of course this is Monday morning, and this happened over the weekend. The Radisson, you can see if you drive down, I was downtown for the great race yesterday, and I know I could see a big chunk of the hotel, you know, was not there. It was the paneling, the outside siding was not there, but some of the panels have detached. It has happened in the past, but just be aware there is an area that's blocked off. The U.S. Bank parking ramp also closed off. So we just want you to be aware of that if you're going to be heading downtown. That's for Fargo. In Grand Forks, another big heads up for people if you're going to be taking Demers Avenue on the overpass between Washington Street and downtown. That's going to be down to 1 lane in both directions. They're making some repairs to the concrete on the overpass there. So 2 big areas, whether you're in Fargo or in Grand Forks, that I just wanted you to be aware of right off the bat as we get going here on this Monday morning. The breaking news that I was talking about, this really is just into our newsroom. We were tracking this on First News for you throughout the morning, though. An interesting story, I guess. We initially heard about a chase and turned into what we thought was a manhunt. We're now hearing that authorities would not call it a manhunt. They were just searching for a suspect. But this is kind of what happened, I guess. Looking at the news release that we just got in from Clay County deputies this morning, they tried to make, you know, pull over a traffic stop, I guess is what they tried to do overnight. It happened right around 3 o'clock in the morning. Looking for my news release right here. I can go with this. So what we're hearing, though, is this all started around 3 o'clock in the morning. It ended when a Clay County deputy actually hit the stop sticks that were put out for the car they were chasing. At some points, the chase was up to 80 miles per hour, 70 miles per hour. Started in Moorhead. Clay County deputy getting some help from Moorhead. The car went into Fargo, and at that point, that's when Fargo police put out some stop sticks. The vehicle that was being chased, however, went around those stop sticks, but then they were not pulled out before the Clay County deputy went through and did hit those stop sticks. So that's when the search was stopped. However, the car then was ditched in Fargo. That's when we kind of were able to get out onto the scene, and we did hear that the car was ditched. They could not find the suspects. That's where we were initially hearing maybe a manhunt. They said not a manhunt, just searching for any people, any more evidence after that car was ditched. All we know at this point, the suspects have not been identified. We do know the car was stolen from Fargo, and some damage to at least 3 tires from that Clay County squad car. Luckily, no one hurt as far as we know right now. That investigation's still underway. Like I said, it all got underway a little after 3 this morning. They tried to make that stop near Highway 10 and 34th Street in Moorhead. When I'm talking about the speeds going up to 80 miles per hour, that was northbound 34th Street to 28th Avenue. And then on to 11th Street, proceeded to go southbound towards 15th Avenue North before going into Fargo. So pretty high speeds when we're talking about in town, and then, you know, ending up ditching that car. So watch for more information. We're going to continue to put calls in and talk to law enforcement, both Fargo and Moorhead, to get you some updates on that story. So tune in tonight for WDAY 4, 5, 6, and 10. We'll hopefully have some new information for you. Another big story, new information that we had just this morning on First News. A woman is fighting for her life after losing control of her motorcycle and then being run over by another motorcyclist. This was something we first had on WDAY News at 10 last night, but we didn't have a lot of information. This all happened around 8 o'clock last night. The North Dakota Highway Patrol is now telling us that the 21-year-old woman was driving south on South University Drive when she lost control of her bike and was thrown off it. We're told now that a 21-year-old man, also of Fargo, then hit that woman with his motorcycle while she was on the ground. He was not hurt, but we do know that woman was taken to a local hospital with serious life-threatening injuries. So we'll be continuing to follow up on that story as well. Authorities are now looking into what started a deadly car fire on I-94. They say it happened just before 9 Sunday morning near mile marker 313, which is close to Buffalo, North Dakota. Officers were called, saw the car on fire when they arrived. They worked to get the driver out, tried to save the man's life, but he unfortunately did pass away. This is a big story that we'll be following. We'll have a WDAY crew on this story today for sure. The city of Fargo is expected to accept the resignation of a fired Fargo police officer today. We've been following this for quite some time for you. The city of Fargo reached that tentative agreement with Justin Nachatilo at a meeting 2 weeks ago. Spokesman says the city attorney is recommending that the city commission allow him to resign and accept his letter of resignation. That should happen today. The city commission still has to approve it. And if you're not familiar with this, he was fired for not filing evidence and stopping for coffee on his way to a missing child report. He has argued that it was excessive punishment, his firing, and that he was not given due process. So this could be kind of the final steps if they accept this resignation and that the city commission approves it. The number just keeps on growing on this. This has been something we've been following quite closely, of course, since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Just 3 days ago, a GoFundMe page was created to help move the Red River Women's Clinic, North Dakota's only abortion clinic. So they're trying to raise money to make that move over to Moorhead because since that Roe v. Wade was overturned, abortions will be illegal within 30 days here in North Dakota. So the GoFundMe page was created. As of this morning, over $630,000 has been raised to help make that move. So, and that's just within a couple of days. So we'll continue to follow that. As we know, there's going to be a second protest happening, second day in a row in Grand Forks. That's happening today as well. So every day, kind of the discussion is continuing to grow, and we'll continue to follow that for you as well. Today marks 1 day out from the 4th of July. Can you believe it? Do you have plans already? Of course, the weekend coming up here, but July 4th this year is on a Monday, and if you're ready to buy some fireworks, they go on sale today in North Dakota. You only have a couple of days, I guess, this week until the day after July 5th, the last day that you can buy fireworks. The only other time you can buy fireworks in North Dakota is for the New Year, and that is December 26th through January 1st. So kind of an update there for you. A couple of the national stories that we're following for you, in addition to the questions following the Supreme Court decision that happened on Friday. A couple of interesting stories for you today. Instagram, I don't know if you heard about this, and if you have kids, you'll find this story very interesting. Instagram is testing out some new options to verify the age of its users. The company said it's testing out 2 new methods. First, users can upload a video of themselves, and technology will help determine their age based on their facial features. Another option for teens between the ages of 13 and 17 is to pick 3 mutual followers that can confirm their age. Those mutual followers must be 18 or older. Of course, that's Instagram's whole idea, is to try to make things a little bit safer for our children. This video, of course, we did show it on First News this morning, and I don't know if you've watched this or heard about this, but at least 6 people are dead and more than 200 were injured after the stands collapsed during a bullfight in Colombia. The video was kind of hard to watch, but it looked like the stands were pretty packed. Spectators watching this bullfight when apparently it crashes, it crumbles. You can see people, of course, falling to the ground, and people who are on the ground running out of the way. The cause of that collapse is still underway as well. And going back to the Supreme Court's decision, I found this interesting this morning too. We were reporting this on First News. A recent poll found that most Americans do not approve of the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. The poll from YouGov found that the number is 59%. 41% of people do approve of the decision. Among women, more of a breakdown here, 67% of them disapprove of the ruling, with just 33% approving. The poll also found that most Americans now say they do believe that at least there's a somewhat chance that the Supreme Court will eventually end or limit same-sex marriage, which is what I was kind of alluding to earlier that we will continue to follow up on today. A lot of discussion as to what is next. Maybe there isn't a what is next, but tune in tonight. That's something that I know we're going to be following for you as well. In case you missed it, if you went to bed early, right here on WDAY, a Stanley Cup champ was crowned. Colorado, of course, was looking to take the Stanley Cup, and Tampa Bay was looking to force Game 7, but not quite successful. Colorado won its first Stanley Cup since 2001. It's third in franchise history. And Zach is going to be on Hot Mic today. He just walked in this morning. Hot Mic, of course, on from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and InForum.com. Of course, he's going to be talking about the Stanley Cup, he said for sure, but also you're going to want to tune in for this, especially the Fighting Hawks fans. He's going to be talking about the new UND quarterback commit, so, and much more. He has quite the lineup for Hot Mic today as well. So 9 to 11 on Extra, also on InForum.com, and while you're on InForum.com, here's a great must-read for you. Riverbank erosion threatens Cass County highway and utility lines. The riverbank erosion on the west side of Cass County Highway 81 is now within 39 feet of the shoulder and even closer to the utility lines. So check out that story while you're online today. Okay, it's now about 8:18 on our Monday morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, we have newscast starting at 4 this afternoon, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And tomorrow morning we'll be back on First News every weekday morning. I'm here from 5 to 7. And remember, you can stay connected to your community with great local news. You can get your first 3 months of unlimited access to InForum.com for just 99 cents for your first 3 months. It's a great deal. Check it out. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy the sunshine.